A little after 8 o'clock on the hour. It is Friday. This is Aaron Smith. Can't lose. Well, I finally did it. The Browns won the game. It's been 2 years. I didn't actually watch the game, but I saw all the things on Facebook. It was crazy. Like I remember that they had this like whole thing with Bud Light, and they had these locked fridges all over like the stadium, and if they ever were to win, they would be unlocked. And no one thought it would happen, but it did. So congratulations to the Cleveland Browns for your first and probably only win of the season. I mean, you beat the Jets. I mean, I think anybody could do that. But I've pretty much had a good weekend. I enjoyed myself. I went to the African American Day parade on last Sunday with my family, father, uncle. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed myself. I had a good time. There's a lot of floats, a lot of, dignitaries and all that. I'm not really in all of that, but it was cool. I got to shake the mayor's hand. I didn't get to take a picture, but he's mad cool. Him and his wife, the first lady, are very nice, very cool people. It's too bad he can't run anymore, but mad props. Shout out to Mayor De Blasio and the First Lady Charlene McCray. Um, a lot to talk about. We'll get to what we can and a little time that we have, but as long as I'm here to talk to you about it. So we're gonna just jump right in, and we'll go from there. So the first thing I would like to talk about is obviously you can't escape it. This gentleman, Brett Kavanaugh, he is the nominee for the Supreme Court, Trump's nominee, and this lady has accused him of something from over 30 years ago that he just sexually assaulted her, and it's a big deal. And quite honestly, I do understand, both sides of the table, and realistically, it should be investigated. I mean, but the problem is that the FBI investigates things like that, and the only person that can say yes is Trump, and he's not going to do that. So I don't know what actually is going to happen. But I jokingly said if he does get confirmed, at least Clarence Thomas will have somebody to talk to about dirty stuff. But anyway, as far as I'm concerned, Kavanaugh, he kind of reminds me of that math teacher that failed me in high school. So, fuck him as far as I'm concerned. I just like if someone has that face that, I don't know, maybe it's just good to punch. I don't know. That's just me. But as far as I think, give the lady a chance, give her a voice, let her talk, let her say her piece. And, I mean, Republicans talk about deadlines. There's no deadline to confirm anybody. There's no thing about that. Those things take time, and realistically, the vote has to come anyway. They're just trying to push them through, and that right there is just real suspect to me. As far as I'm concerned, they have a deadline of Monday at 10 o'clock and all this other crap, and it's really stupid. I don't get it. I really don't because when Obama was in office and he had his pick, they were like not rushing for it, but as far as they got to rush for this guy, I'm like, no, thank you. I want to know what really happened. As far as I'm concerned, he's not very. I don't know. Something about him, like you touch him, you probably slime will probably come off him. Honestly, that's just my opinion. I'm not too sure about that. But well, we'll see. We'll go from there, and we'll see what happens. As far as I'm concerned, I think he and anybody associated with Trump is a piece of shit. But moving on, a little more serious news. There was a tragic event in Dallas where a gentleman by the name of Botham was killed in his own apartment by a off-duty police officer who shot him in his own apartment. And I read the story, and it seems like there's something that's really missing, and there's really seems that something that someone is not telling us. Like there's something really like there's a bigger picture. Something's got to be going on here, and I don't seem to understand why his door was open and unlocked. That was very weird, and and they're just smearing a man, and he's dead for no apparent reason because this police officer, his overzealous police officer, thought that it was an intruder, and quite honestly, she should have used her better judgment But with these police, everything's gung ho with them, and that's unfortunate. And now they're trying to say he had weed on him. I'm like, who cares? He's dead. And he was in his own house, and he was, by himself and not bothering anybody. And this lady just shot him for no apparent reason because she thought he was somebody else. And now she's out on bail. She's on administrative paid leave when this woman should be in jail. But I don't seem to understand that. But we all know what's going on, and unfortunately, in this country, and there are certain things that others have over another minority, and it's quite honestly, when you're a white police officer, you get paid time off, and if you're any other person, if you're any other persuasion of any color, then you just might get the book thrown at you. That's just my opinion. You could take it or leave it. This is Aaron Smith Can't Lose, and I can't lose, and I say what I want, and I say what I feel. You have a problem with it? Too bad. Don't care. But that's just how I feel. I mean, like, this lady should not be free right now. I mean, she should be in bars. She should not have a badge. She should not be working. That's just my personal opinion. And this continues to happen, where unarmed men of color, unarmed people of color in general, not just men, that are being killed for no apparent reason by the police that are supposed to protect and serve. And I've always said that people like that always protect and serve themselves. And it's unfortunate. And this is the problem where we have with the community and the police. And this continues to happen. And it's really a problem. And I just don't seem to understand how this man was just probably in his house minding his own business, and now he's dead. So that's like, a person who has family and all this stuff, and he's gone before his time. And for this overzealous police officer who basically thought that he wasn't him in his own apartment. And it's quite unfortunate. We'll see exactly how that plans itself out, and it's really pathetic, and I really hope that man gets justice. I really do. But if it was on the flip side, if it was a white gentleman and a black police officer, we already know what would have happened. I mean, let's keep it real. I mean, quite honestly, that's what it is all about. But that's all I have to say on that for right now. Then moving on to another idiot that seems to be still in the news. I don't know why. I really think he should just go under a rock and just stay there. George Zimmerman. And apparently, I forget what website, I was just browsing through my phone, and apparently he's going around signing autographs. I'm like, he's no celebrity. This is a murderer that got away with it, and unfortunately, you have people who believe in him, and think he's some kind of type of person, and I don't understand that. And it's disgusting. He's going out signing bags of Skittles. This is the type of thing that incites violence, incites things like that. And this man is somewhere, he ain't got all his marbles, right? Like, something serious freaking wrong with him. And he should not be in public doing this and profiting over for Trayvon Martin for no apparent reason. He's not a celebrity. He's not a person of any interest. He's a scumbag, and quite honestly, he needs to just go away. And for him to also threaten Beyonce and Jay-Z, that's some very ignorant and stupid. And these people who have worked with the family of Trayvon Martin and also have communicated and donated so many thousands of money and all those other things to help people of color. It's difficult, to be honest with you. Like I said, George Zimmerman should really just go away. Something is seriously wrong with him, and he is pretty much the scum of society, and he represents people of that society that should just really just go away personally. And I just he's really got a set on him, man. He seriously, truly, and utterly has a set on him to honestly believe that this is okay. To go around and sign autographs, sign Skittle packs, and take pictures with these other numbnuts and think it's okay. It is not okay. This young man is dead because of you. And unfortunately, you're profiting off of it. And I really hope somebody speaks up and, make sure that you don't get any money or anything off of this. And honestly, George Zimmerman, if you hear me and if you see this video, you can go fuck yourself. Moving on. I just, like I said, I get really emotional and things like that, stuff like that, because, we live in this country, and with the current political climate and the way things are happening right now, it's really things like this, like these guys like this, only make it worse. It's bad enough that we have a president that has an agenda that is completely not only racist, sexist, and utterly insane, but also the simple fact that people still believe in his bullshit. And it's the craziest thing. I mean, quite honestly, all he does is bullshit people. And, I cracked a joke with my friend and I said, MAGA hats are just as bad as tinfoil hats. I mean, realistically, they might as well put, some aluminum foil around their head. That's how bad it is. And it was really interesting to find out that there is a plan for either him or his administration to start sending out text messages, like random text messages, like how they do robocalls and things for elections and stuff like that. And, I don't think that's a good idea, but he probably is going to do it anyway. I personally said if he would text me, I probably would delete it or block it or whatever have you. Other friends of mine said they were going to send dick pics and all this other crazy stuff. I'm like, there's no need for that. There really is no point for all that. But honestly, these Trump people, I mean, his Kool-Aid is stronger than Jim Jones, and I really don't understand why you guys do that. But more power to you as far as I'm concerned. So we're going to take a little break, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the stuff that we discussed, and maybe we'll have a guest or come in and call in. If not, then it'll just be me, and I'll just keep talking and doing what I do. This is Aaron Smith Can't Lose on the Flow Empire Radio Network.
Hey, ladies. I'm trying to get right. Real dolled up, real fancy. I'ma look like a pinup tonight. Start the night out right. Pre-gaming with my ladies, if I might. Let me puff on that hookah, let me sip some wine. Like a modern day, pin up on my dress so tight. Tonight I'ma drink my sorrows. Tonight I'ma smoke away all my stress. Yeah. Me and my girls about to act a hot mess. Pop 15 bottles and excuse the hotness. Straight looking cute. All them looking at me, they could get the boo. Noche de mujeres, yeah, I get a clue. Now duck face girls, it's a photo shoot. It's time to warm my body. It's time to work up a sweat. Go on DJ, slow the tempo, cause this party ain't over yet. Yes, we're feeling right. Yes, we're feeling right. Ladies night. Get them hands up high. Keep them hands up high. Ladies night. Popping bottles right. Fitted dresses tight. Ladies night. Yes, we're feeling right. Yes, we're feeling right. Ladies night. Never say yeah, man, it's just past 2. And I think I'm seeing double, think I lost a shoe. Ended up on the ground, stumbled on my ex wall. The wall I was slipping, it was him I was next to. Hit up my girls like, what? It's a dub in this club, about to get some grub. Hop in the cab, yeah, we out to the heights. Finish up the champagne, go grab some bites. Segment Express or some patacón. I could go for medio pollo en el malecón. I don't know about y'all, but I'm in the zone. Feeling like someone, coffee Patron. Out to the afties, the night is young. Have my entourage is already done. Ain't no stressing out the niggas, they no feeling glum. Or you having boy problems? Bathroom, son. Yes, we're feeling right. Yes, we're feeling right. Ladies night. Get them hands up high. Keep them hands up high. Ladies night. Popping bottles right. Fitted dresses tight. Ladies night. Yes, we're feeling right. Yes, we're feeling right. Ladies night. Next stop, Sin City. We about to see all them biddies. Divvy up these dollar billies. Throw it in the air like Diddy. My, so so pretty. These strippers so ditty. These fellas are frisky. It's the life of New York City. Hell of a night, we gotta do it again. And we ain't gon' stop till it's 6 a.m. Yes, I'm a Barbie, I don't need no Ken. It depends on women, who needs a man? Nah, I'm wildin' out cause I love these guys. But back up, Poppy, it's a female's night. It's a female's night. Back up, Poppy, it's a female's night. Yes, we're feeling right. Yes, we're feeling right. Ladies night. Get them hands up high. Keep them hands up high. Ladies night. Popping bottles right. Fitting dresses tight. Ladies night. Yes, we're feeling right. Yes, we're feeling right. Ladies night. Are you living or are you existing? Because life is meant for you to be living. That's right. I said, are you living or are you existing? Come on, girls, we gotta have fun. Because life is meant for you to be living. That's right. It's Barbie Levine in the building. And we off this.
Just in case you ain't new, let me get more familiar. Just tryna spread love, you know that hate could kill ya. I'm tryna see what's up, let me make one phone call. You know I got all my digits right, and now I need yours. I can be seconds away from just tasting you, taking you down. You can be waking up naked, just looking around. I can be who you've been waiting for, right in your face all along. And I can be the one you're looking for, or I could be wrong, yeah. I know you sick of them boys from around the way now. And I know you wanna get away. Let me take you to a place where everything up, everything. Seeing all them boys just like to play now. Baby, I ain't coming here for games. Let me put you on this plane where everything up, but just don't touch my shit. Let me tell my shit. Oh yeah, my shit. Yeah. Little girl, let me tell my shit. Let me tell my shit. Baby girl, let me tell my shit. Let me grab mine off like that. Yeah. Hey, let me tell my shit. You could be tanning in the south of France or on beaches in Mexico. Ringing this hand with your top of my hand. Your bottom is Mexico. Girl, you've been dealing with amateurs. Time to get you a professional. I'm cocky, girl, yeah, I know. I love me, I let it show. Fly ain't an issue for ya. Already bought your paper. Whole world I can show ya. Let me be the one to take ya. They better not come and knocking. We be tryna wake the neighbors. Tell them they sleep tomorrow, or they gon' have to wait. I know you sick of them boys from around the way now. And I know you wanna get away. Let me take you to a place where everything up, everything. Seeing all them boys just like to play now. Baby, I ain't coming here for games. Let me put you on this plane where everything up, but just don't touch my shit. Girl, let me talk my shit. My shit. Yeah. Girl, let me talk my shit. Let me talk my shit. Girl, let me talk my shit. My shit. I'ma grab my nuts like that. Yeah. Let me talk my shit. You can stay here on the ground if you like, or come on the ride of your life. If we could stay in the clouds, why would we ever come down? Never come down. Why would we ever come down? You know I love it when everything up. Just don't touch my shit. Girl, let me talk my shit. Like that. Yeah. Girl, let me talk my shit. Let me talk my shit. Like that. My shit. Yeah. Girl, let me talk my shit.
She's a dancer. She's a dancer. She's a dancer.
little bit, but at least I'm not talking about chemtrails and frogs and stuff like that. You know, they ain't ever going that far. That dude is nuts. Like, seriously. But yeah, it is a little at 8:33. So yeah, Zimmerman, that's a fucking douchebag. But anyway, let's move on to something more positive. I am going to be an uncle. I just found out that my sister is pregnant, and I'm very proud of her. And I really hope that it's a boy, but if it's a girl, it's fine. Whatever is healthy and healthy. As long as it's happy and healthy, I don't have an issue with it. But we have a lot of girls in the family, so we kind of even it up. That would be nice. But Namra, love you, and I hope to see you soon. Moving on, start little wrap up for next week. I have a special guest, comedian Rachel Parenta. She's known all over the country. She's been on Lifetime, Animal Planet, all that good stuff. She has a comedy album actually recording in Irvington, New Jersey. Next Saturday on the 28th. I will get that information to you next show if you guys want to come through. So she should be calling in and checking us out and hopefully having a good time. And basically, you know, it'd be nice to see her. I had a guest this week, but some things happened and things changed. So, you know, that's part of life. And maybe we'll get to reschedule them next time. But for right now, you just have me. And that's good enough. So anyway, I remember last show I was talking about how, you know, I'm in the comedian business and you know, things that I usually deal with. And I have a show October 5th at the Broadway Comedy Club. It's 318 West 53rd Street, 7 p.m. I will be producing that with Latisse Clapper. She was a very, very funny comedian. She's from Jersey. She's been on The View. She's been at Atlantic City Comedy Club, all over the town. It's very hilarious. She's going to be hosting. I have Lawrence Owens headlining, and he is a riot from what I hear. So it should be a very good show. Also, after that, I'm going to go a little down the block to Eminem Studios, not Eminem the rapper, but MNN, Manhattan News Network. And it'll be the Art Heroes Project with my good friend Omar DaCosta, and that'll be at 9 p.m. And that show is FREE free. So if you're in the area, you want some laughs, it's going to be a good time. Come through and come through to both. Hey, why not? Sure, they're both in the same area. It'll be really great. And the Broadway Comedy Club show is a $10 cover, 2-drink minimum. And it should be a very good time. We got a whole bunch of comics. We have Lisa Harmon. We have Brooke Arnold. We have Mindy from the Bronx. We have Bob Kitson. We have a whole bunch of guys. And me. So it should be a very good thing. Have a great, very good show. And moving on. And I'm not really into watching the NFL, as I said in my first episode. But, you know, unfortunately, I don't have a choice because I have a TV and I watch the news. So I think the Giants are 0-2, and the Jets are 1-2 because they lost to the Browns yesterday. But like I said, big shout out to the Browns though. Like I said, they needed this W. Ever since LeBron left, they need something to cheer for in Cleveland. I don't know. I mean, he had to go.
Oh, poor you.
Exactly. You know, he should be doing big things in LA. So we shall see. Other than that, the Mets are eliminated. That's my squad. But what can I do? I mean, they do this to me every year. They start off really well. They start off really good. And then next thing you know, they just implode. What can I say? But big shout out to David Wright, though. It's going to be his last game next weekend. And his final homestand, he has to retire. And that's unfortunate because he bust his ass for that team. And I wish he got a ring from them. And hopefully that team gets it together. But I heard the Yankees are doing really well, but I don't really give a shit. I'm not a fan of the Yankees. But they did lose yesterday. So that means Boston will get the division of the AL East, and I guess the Yankees will get the wild card, and the Mets will be sitting at home, just like me. But it should be interesting to see what they do in the off season and all that other good jazz. Quite honestly, I'm not sure, but they need to do something. I mean, realistically, if it was up to me, I'd tell them to sell the damn team. Yeah. Yeah. You know, my friend almost told me one time that what the Mets stand for? My entire team sucks. I told him to go fuck himself. But anyway, it is what it is. Oh, we have a caller.
Hey.
Hey, Lisa?
Yeah, how are you?
Hey, Lisa Harmon. Well, we were just talking about you in the show on October 5th, Broadway Comedy Club, 7 p.m. How you doing this evening?
I'm looking forward to that. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm here, chilling,
Yeah.
doing what I do, and it's good to hear from you. So I know you, but why don't you just tell everybody about yourself and, your career and everything, all that, though.
Oh, yeah. My career is going great. You can tell because it's Friday night and I don't have a gig.
Well, that is unfortunate. That's how comedy is in New York City. Trust me on that.
Yeah.
But you would know better than I would.
Yeah, well, yeah, so my career is non-existent, but I am getting ready to go. I'm going on a road trip tomorrow. I'm going to go to York, Pennsylvania, if you can contain the excitement.
Ooh, what's out there in York?
Davidson factory. Are you jealous?
Really? What's out there in York?
Over there they got the open house and demo rides and all this stuff, so we're going up there tomorrow.
Sweet.
Yeah.
My grandparents actually, they live in the Poconos, so I don't know how far that is from New York. But every time I go up there, I just want to come back to the city because it's so boring.
Yeah.
But it's quiet, but you can't leave anything out because you got the bears and the lions and the coyotes and all that stuff out there. So.
Well, if you think it's boring, try adding in a trip to the Harley factory to the mix, and that takes the boring to a whole new level.
You talking about Harley Davidson?
Yeah.
That's boring.
Yeah.
I actually would think that'd be kind of exciting, with the
Yeah.
the motorcycles and the metal and all that other shit.
Yeah, that's all right, I guess. I go to all of these things. It's fun, it's fun. I'm being kind of sarcastic, but there are levels of it, There are like, okay, let's look at the pretty bikes. That much I can take. But then sometimes they have, well, probably not where we're going tomorrow, but at other events I've been to, they have parts and stuff. And, people get all involved in looking at used motorcycle parts and stuff. And it's like some of it can really be over my head and boring,
Wow, that sucks. You don't even get to ride any of them?
Well, there's going to be demo rides tomorrow, so we get to ride some of them tomorrow, yeah. That makes it a lot of fun.
So you have, I wanted to tell the audience that you are in to like bike clubs, and you guys ride, you and your husband, you ride with them, and also you go around and stuff like that. So, like, I didn't know you were like part of Hell's Angels and all that, Lisa.
Yeah, we're not part of the Hell's Angels. We're like, I think George is a Hog. He's a member of the Hogs, the Harley Owners Group.
Mm-hmm.
And, but we ride and we have a good time, but, we enjoy it. So it's, as far as my comedy career goes, it's really not going great. But, I'm plugging away. I had a gig in Long Island last night, so that was
We do what we can with what we got. That's how I got this. I have this podcast, and basically, you said you were sarcastic. I'm very sarcastic myself. Well, you know that about me.
Yeah.
And realistically, if I said what I really want to say on this show, I probably wouldn't be in comedy clubs either. But we want to keep that, we want to keep this thing going. Want to keep more for a later show. I have to wait till they really piss me off.
Yeah. Yeah, well, don't record it. Don't record anything. That's what's nice about the comedy clubs is that you can kind of say it and it evaporates. It's like Snapchat. You said it one night on stage and that's the end of it.
Yeah, no flies on the wall there.
Yeah, usually. But if you say it at a on the radio or where it could be recorded in the club.
Yeah,
Too.
with all this damn technology. That's why I'm happy I'm a kid that grew up in the 80s and early 90s, because realistically, if I did have that stuff, I probably wouldn't be here. Just saying. That's all I said. I wasn't really fucked up. I wasn't too fucked up of a kid, but I did some real foul shit. Like, something that, it's like...
So you didn't have computers and stuff when you were a kid growing up in the 80s and 90s? You didn't have...
well, that was like the big floppy disk and like the Apple computers and stuff. And I had... what's that game where everybody dies of Decentia, whatever the crap it is, that shit. I played that game, and that was it. And then towards the 90s, stuff like that. You had AOL, and you had Messenger and all that other good stuff. But these kids, they have everything. They have tablets, they have iPhones, they have all this other crap. I didn't have this shit when I was growing up.
Yeah, but their parents don't pay any attention to them. That's what I noticed. I noticed that the parents always have the face into some device also, and the kid is like zero attention. I mean, at least we got some kind of attention when we were kids. I got some kind of attention growing up. Some kind, not a distracted person whose face was in a phone,
True that. I mean, it was my mom. She was a single parent, so she raised me and my sister on her own, and God bless her. But and she gave us all the attention and love that we could possibly have. But maybe that's probably something that's lacking with these kids. But quite honestly, I was on the bus a couple of days ago, and quite honestly, I wanted to backhand one of them. But nowadays, they just call ACS, and they get whatever they want.
Everybody, some of these people, the adults, got to get backhanded too.
That too. Yes, I agree. With a gauntlet. Yes. One of those.
My mom was a single mom. She raised my brother and me too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know. But especially, like I was talking earlier, about our lovely president, and how he acts like pretty much he's a 70-year-old man and he's a 17-year-old like teenager in a 70-year-old man's body. And I said I would say teenage girl, because all he does is tweet and watch Saturday Night Live. So
yeah,
I think that's like really like obviously the worst thing, but we'll deal with him until Mueller deals with him.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like that there's a whole different set of rules for that us part of society that doesn't apply. That the stuff that applies to everybody else doesn't apply to them.
Oh, for sure. Like, I mean,
they
was
get together and they do whatever they want, and we all go, "Can you believe they're doing that?" But they're doing it.
Yeah. I'm so over it. Like, I really wish he would just go away, but he's here, so unfortunately, and you can't.
He's like Bloomberg. It's like he never goes away. It's like you're waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting. Remember Bloomberg? And then you were like, "Oh
God,
over, and
yeah."
Then you came back for a third term,
with that nasally voice. Oh my God, he was horrible. He was the worst. But now he wants to run for president. Did you hear about that?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
No, I didn't hear about it, but, they do whatever they want, I mean, I think it's kind of an illusion that we have any kind of say about anything that's going on.
I mean, we already have one billionaire president. We don't need another.
Oh, my
That's
God.
just my opinion.
They've always been, presidents have always been, rich from the beginning of the history of the country. It's always for rich people. It's never for regular people.
Very true, but Trump is like, I guess, super rich. So this is like the first thing ever, like, everything like that. And, but like, I'm just tired of hearing him, tired of seeing him. I mean, he could go fuck himself, but as far as I can hear, he don't really give a shit about me. So why should I give a shit about him? That's how I see it. And that's unfortunate. People need to understand that as well. Like, get over it.
I think people get it. I don't know. They keep saying that he's got some support still. I don't really know. I don't believe anything I hear or read. And so, I don't really know what to believe. But, it seems like he doesn't have much support anymore. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it, but then I live in New York City, so it's a different story here than it is all over the country, but I really don't think he's got that much support. I think that's alternative facts.
Well, you and me are from we're here from in New York City, so you knew and I knew that Trump was a asshole way before he was president. This is just he's live and in HD now, so everybody gets to see it. I mean, come on, like this is the gentleman that I mean, every time he gets married, he cheats on one. So I mean. Like, what's the big deal? It is what it is.
I can't even believe like how the standards change so much from every 4 years. Like like what people got in trouble for. 10 years ago now. Is like totally acceptable now. I mean, stuff that they found out about Trump. If they would have found out stuff like that about Obama, it would have been
we know that, and Obama is a black man, and if he did anything that what Trump did, they'd throw him under the jail. We know that, but it is what it is. I mean, people can disagree with it, but that's the unfortunate truth. If Obama was a womanizer and he was cheating on his wife and had kids out of wedlock and all other kind of stuff, and having sex with porn stars, he would be right there. And then this whole thing about, Stormy, I don't know if you heard about Stormy Daniels, that she got this book coming out and she has talked about Trump's, Johnson, like in detail. I'm like, I'm not really interested in that. I don't care,
Yeah.
But more power to you, hon. That's why
I don't want to know much more about Trump.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, some people make the point that, that Trump is the same as all the other ones. He's just more open about it. It's not like anybody ever had the American public's interest at heart, is what some people would say. And that Trump is the same, and only he's just open about it instead of being duplicitous, So that's a valid point. I mean, nobody's really up there because they love serving the American people so much,
I get that, and I'm all for free speech and everything, but there's certain things that you should keep to yourself. And quite honestly, with this gentleman, he doesn't. I mean, maybe he needs a backhand too. I'm not sure, but and I don't want to say that too much. Secret Service, Secret Service will come to the studio real quick. But yeah, it's crazy. Like I'm like over it, and I hope it gets done real soon. I mean, and then a lot of these other comedians will probably need to start writing and have something else to talk about.
Yeah. Well, it just everybody was, George W. Bush was like a gift to comedians. I mean, comedians couldn't believe their luck with this guy.
Well,
the way he spoke and the things he said.
Oh, he was hilarious. I mean, like, I didn't like him either, but compared to Trump, I mean, he's Gandhi. So as far as I'm concerned,
Trump,
before
we heard of Trump, he was like the most hideous president.
Yeah.
But then, you know what? That's just because that's like what's been going on since I've been I'm sure they've all been hideous like that. I'm sure they've all been hideous in their own way, and all corrupt. I'm sure.
I mean, yeah, we're all human. We all have our faults, and when they have. You have position of power and you have money, you tend to try to get away with things, and that's what Ornstein is doing now. So, and it is what it is, but like it comes to a point like when there's enough. I mean, like I said before on another show, I said you don't see Alec Baldwin on Saturday Night Live every week. He's probably getting tired of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I know. I just saw a thing that said. I just saw whatever it's called, a blurb on the internet that said they're going to bring him back more, and I didn't read it, so I don't know why. But and I don't know what's going to happen with Trump. I don't know what's going to happen with if he's going to survive the investigation, or what's going to happen in the midterm elections. Well,
Well, I think the Democrats need to start growing some balls now because they've been too soft on him. And they know I'm a registered Democrat, and I try to vote down that line. But quite honestly, I think it's they got to get it together.
Primary?
Oh, I did. It was all right.
I know you talked about it on your show. I voted in the primary too.
Oh yeah. So I guess we'll have Cuomo for governor for 2 years, and he runs for president, right?
I don't know, but I share your frustration. Somebody's got to fix the trains already. It's already enough.
Yeah,
So,
it's him.
the
He
big part
runs
of
the train,
reason
so
why
we'll see. But Lisa, we got to get ready to wrap it up. Anywhere that you're
Oh.
performing anytime soon? You want to call out?
October 5th with you, and October 13th I'm going to be at the Pit.
Awesome. Lisa Harmon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so
Thanks
much
so
for
much
calling
for the time,
in.
Aaron. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, come anytime.
All right,
Anytime.
bye.
Bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time we're ready to wrap it up. So we're going to go real quick at the weekly segment, the jerk and the douche of the week. I usually do a hero and a female hero of the week, but I have to give a special shout out to two people, and they happen to be my sister's former employees. And they have this Berber street food cafe downtown. And quite honestly, my sister was working there for a week. She had to leave. She went home to Florida, stay with my mother. And it was perfectly fine. And now all of a sudden, they don't want to pay her. So fuck you, you two. And I hope that you good on your word by sending her money, because quite honestly, that's not how you do business. So yes, I had to shout you out for that, and had me call all the way downtown in the rain, and you just had no idea that I was coming. And your wife talked about she didn't have her phone, or her phone was broken, or whatever have you. So please do the right thing and pay my sister, or I'm going to continue to shout you out on my show every week until you do so. Thank you very much. And as far as I'm concerned, your food sucks. I don't know if I ever ate it, but quite honestly, African food, no offense to you guys, it looks like pure dog shit. So, there's that. I'm out of here. I will see you next week. This is Aaron Smith Can't Lose. Thank you and good night.